Hey guys, how's it going? It's LazyBeast here. I really hope you're doing well. It's been a while since I've made a video. I've been just living up to my name, being the LazyBeast as usual. And if I'm talking a bit weird today, it's because I've had some anaesthetic in my face because I've just had 4 fillings at the dentist, so just forgive me for that. So what I wanted to do today is show you some Horrific Vision run footage from the Vision of Orgrimmar, and I've managed to get this as a 5 chest now and as a clear, so I've got some little tips and things that I wanted to share with you to make your runs easier. So I want to go through those and show you my route as the video's going on as well, and hopefully help you guys to get that full 5 chest clear. So when dealing with these Horrific Visions, the first thing that you want to focus on and understand is your Titan Research Archive and the priority of what you need to get when you're unlocking stuff in there. So you unlock these things with corrupted mementos. It starts off with quite a few that you need to get them, and then it goes up into the thousands, but you'll be earning more by then anyway for each of your runs. So when you get Elite Extermination, which is the one that gives you 200 sanity when you kill an elite, this is what's going to enable you to do the full clear, and anything after that is just going to make it easier and faster for your runs. So that is the main one. Once you've got that one, then you can start thinking about trying to full clear. I do actually recommend doing these solo, so obviously take the talents on the left hand side because they're for solo players, and I think this is a good thing to do just because if you're with a group of other people, yes, you can help each other out, but of course the mobs are going to have more health and do more damage, and you're going to be possibly thinking about what people are doing, you know, where your group's up to. You'll all be at different levels of sanity depending on how much damage you've taken and how much crap you've stood in, so it just can get a bit more chaotic when there's more people. But if you of course like playing with the group and prefer that, then absolutely go for it, and this might be for you as well if you're a healer. So I also recommend doing this if you can as a tank. So tanks actually, the numbers of this might be wrong, but tanks actually do 40% more damage in the visions and healers do 60% more damage. It might be lower for tanks, so that ultimately means they'll have an easier time. Obviously they'll be able to kill things quicker, but for healers, you don't, unless you're a shaman, have an interrupt as easy, you know, readily available as everybody else, so that's going to really be a bit of a downside for healers in there. So do it as DPS if you can, or tank if you've got that option as well. If you are going to tank it, make sure you make yourself as DPS-y as possible, where, you know, like make your build of your, say, corrupted gear, your trinkets, use DPS ones if you've got them available. I highly recommend the Cyclotronic Blast from Mechagon, that little trinket you can get from there. You literally just buy it from the vendor. Just give that a quick Google. I'll put that in the link down below if you want to have a look at that, and you can get that for yourself. It's really easy to get hold of. It does a lot of damage. Obviously it's really good for tanks if you need some extra damage in there. It's great for burning bosses down and, you know, priority targets, and it's on, I think, a 2-minute or 3-minute cooldown. So you got this quite a few times during your run, and that's pretty much it. So just make sure you've got you know what you can do to survive in these things. You shouldn't take too much damage, especially if you're going in as a tank, and just make yourself as DPS-y as possible, technical term. And what can really help as well is if you take some drums with you, you know, so you've got a lust. If you've not got Time Warp or Bloodlust or Heroism, make sure you take some drums in there with you and use them on bosses or particularly difficult trash pulls. It's up to you to decide when you want to use those. So by now you've probably obviously run these things a few times already, but if you're still having trouble, you need to plan what you're going to do before you go in there. So have a little look on YouTube. Like if you're a rogue, have a look at Rogue. Dratnos has quite a good guide on there, which I'll refer to down below in the comments, in the description, sorry. So have a little look at a guide, see how people are tackling this. So look at what your class can do and think, obviously rogues can stealth past lots of things, but just see what your class can do in particular. You know, it's easier if you know your class quite well. And little sneaky things you can do to make your life easier within these visions, you know. Have you got a range interrupt? That's going to make things easier. Have you got like lots of CC? Because that might make things easier. Are you quite mobile? Make full use of that. It's just all the things. So plan your route as well. And when you go into the Horrific Vision, remember that it doesn't start straight away. You can talk to Rathian and have a little look at the map. So the things that go on in here change each week, and the corrupted areas and the lost areas are always going to stay the same. Like the objective will be the same, but the I forget what you call it now, but there's like an affix to it. So each different zone will have a different affix. So for example, there's one where you need to jump around when the bugs come on your screen. So if you get 5 stacks, then you get feared. So you just know you need to jump. There's leaden foot, which is really annoying. So you're going to need to like shuffle your movement. You can't run as much as you normally would be able to. So you've got to be very careful there to not run too much and get yourself slowed down a ton, and then when something, you know, nasty comes at your feet, you can't run away. You don't want that. So it's just knowing how to get in there. And the best thing to do really routes wise is, yeah, watch other people do it and look at what route they take, but You cannot beat first-hand experience, so get yourself in there. If you're nervous, it doesn't matter. Just remember, tell yourself it's a game, right? And you're not going to get yourself behind at this stage because there's loads of time to get, you know, more entries into the horrific vision. So just don't worry about it and get stuck in. That's the way I did it. I didn't think I'd be doing a five chest run for a few weeks yet, and I did. Took myself by surprise because I pushed myself. And that's what I recommend you should do, because everyone's capable of doing these, and every class is, you know, is good to go. Yes, some classes have easier times, but that's just the way this game is sometimes. So yeah, just push it, guys, and do each area. If you're scared of a particular area, what you could even do is, as long as you've done your Cloak quest for your week, like, don't put yourself behind if you can avoid it. But then you can use some of your extra vessels to run in and just tackle, say, one of the lost areas that you've not done before or that you've had trouble with, and just try and do it, you know, as efficiently as possible. Even sometimes just seeing things, like I know myself with raid bosses and tanking raid bosses, just seeing them once and knowing what they do and how the fight plays out, that makes you feel a lot better about it, and it equips you more to be able to react better to it when you're actually stuck in there in the moment. And as well, just enjoy them. They are pretty fun, to be honest, and it's going to be a bit of a drag, obviously, in like 5 weeks' time when we try. You know, we've got to get loads of stuff from here. You know, like do like 5 runs in 1 week. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a drag, but if you can 5 chest it, you're going to be getting tons of corrupted mementos, so you'll be able to get them nice rewards like the Cloak backpack thing and the mountain stuff. So it's all going to be good. So what I'll do, I'll just tell you like what you're going to need each week up until you get rank 15. So rank 15 is the max rank for your Cloak, and obviously that's what you get for doing horrific visions. So I'll start from like rank 8. So if you've got your Cloak to rank 8, which is pretty easy to do, you just need 2 torn pages of Fear and Flesh. Now these drop from the end run chests when you clear corrupted or lost areas, but they mainly come from corrupted, like they're guaranteed to come from corrupted, and they're not guaranteed to come from lost areas. So what you want to do, if this is you, if this is where you're up to, just go in there and just clear 2 corrupted areas. Don't worry about anything else. You don't need to kill Thrall or Illyria, the end boss, or anything. You literally just need to do those areas, because even if you die, as long as you've done the objectives, you will get them in the chest at the end. It does not matter about killing the end boss or anything else. So that's fine. And so for rank 9, you need 4. So again, you just need to do 2 runs, 2 horrific visions, and just clear again the 2 corrupted areas. You don't need to do the first area or the lost area, so just 2 corrupted areas again. Now, to get rank 10, you need 6 pages of Fear and Flesh, the torn pages. So that'll mean, so basically, at minimum, you're going to need to do 3 runs for this. You might get lucky. At minimum 2 maybe. If you get lucky and you get an extra page from a lost run, remember they're not guaranteed from the Lost Wings, then you'll require less maybe. But, you know, most likely, I haven't got any pages from lost runs yet. I've only got them from corrupted, you know, areas. So you'll need 6 corrupted wings, so that's 3 runs, you know, at most, that's 3 runs. Rank 11 is 8, so that's 8 corrupted areas, so that's obviously going to take 4 runs, 3 to 4 runs maybe. If you're really lucky, it'll take 2. There we go. So when you get to rank 12, you need to get this quest done called the Final Truth, which means that you'll need to get a lost area done, and literally just 1 lost wing. So it kind of resets here now. So you're only going to need to do 1 horrific vision and get that one item, but you're going to want to save some vessels. So if you can just do the 1 run and get the 1 vision done, which is by then, if you've got your Cloak up to this rank so far, it's going to be an absolute cakewalk. You're probably just going to go in for a full clear at this point. But yeah, just make sure you get the 1 thing done. If you don't want to bother with the full clear, you're really not bothered about getting extra mementos and all that stuff, just literally go in there, do 1 lost wing and get out, and then you'll get your quest done. So then it starts ramping up. So this is why you need to start saving up your vessels if you can, and try not to waste them on, you know, like front runs or whatever. So you need 6 pages of the Final Truth. So again, you'll need to do 3 vision runs to get that done. These won't drop from corrupted areas, you'll just need to do the lost areas. And then we get in there now, so rank 14 needs 12 pages, so again that's double last week. So that's like, how many is that? 6 vision runs of both lost areas. So there we go. And then finally, to get rank 15 and finish your Cloak off, is 18 pages of the Final Truth, and that's around 9 separate vision. Pardon me, that's 9 separate vision runs for both lost areas, so 9 runs. So you can see, if you start the week with 5 vessels go and do your 5 runs, and then you can do your 2 invasions and obviously your dailies. So you should be able to get this done in 1 week. You know, if you've saved everything up and you've saved coalescing visions from the previous week as well, so you can do 5 vessels that you've got in your bag. Then you can do 2 if you've saved up 20,000 coalescing visions, and then you can get 1 from the invasion, and then you should be able to get 2 more from your dailies in the week. So you can do it all in 1 week. So there we go. It just takes a bit of planning, and obviously save your entries and your coalescing visions if you can. So there we go, guys. That's pretty much it. This is going to be done. You know, we'll be done with this by the earliest you can get this done is like March 17th to the 23rd, roughly. That week, you should be able to get this done in there. It doesn't really matter if you don't. But there you go. That's the little scheduled timeline of what you can expect. So there we go, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I've been LazyBeast, and I'll catch you next time. Take care.